Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is Dr. Abdullah, another proud and honored contributor to the Black Congregation channel. We're going to be giving you news from an educational perspective, from a foundational Black American male teacher's perspective. Today, we're going to discuss all the way in California, while teaching while drunk is not really that bad of a deal. Let's roll that first clip.
It is not illegal to teach drunk.
The shocking discovery after a months-long investigation into Sutter County second grade teacher Wendy Munson, who was arrested last October for driving drunk and child endangerment.
There was the possibility that she drank after she arrived at the school.
That's why District Attorney Jennifer Dupre couldn't file any charges, even though investigators say the teacher was on the job with the blood alcohol content level 2 times the legal limit.
With any job, if you show up to work intoxicated, it's a fireable offense, I would imagine.
Consistent with most schools, New Estro Elementary is a drug and alcohol-free zone. The staff handbook stating that for violators of this, the board shall require termination when termination is required by law.
I certainly don't support anyone teaching children drunk, but I can't charge them criminally.
Dupre says there is also inconsistency in the law for child endangerment, saying it's a matter of proving the teacher would endanger versus may endanger the children.
And we couldn't prove that her intoxication would endanger them.
Parents think teachers should be held to a higher standard.
Being a school teacher is a little bit unique because parents are entrusting their children to a teacher and to the school.
But the law disagrees, leaving it up to districts to decide how to discipline.
So we tried because I don't like the conduct. It's not acceptable, but unfortunately it was not criminal.
Really? That's what we're doing. Yeah, obviously that's what we're doing. So according to the New York Post article entitled "Tipsy Teacher with Blood Alcohol Content Over Twice the Legal Limit Not Facing Charges Because It's, quote, not illegal to teach drunk." A second grade teacher who was arrested in California for being drunk in class is no longer facing charges because prosecutors concluded it's not illegal to teach drunk. Wendy Munson's blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit when she was nabbed midway through teaching students in New Estro Elementary School, north of Sacramento, last October. After months of probing the incident, the Sutter County District Attorney's Office finally revealed Monday that it hasn't found any charges that'll stick. It's not illegal to teach drunk, Jennifer Dupree, the district attorney, told NBC 15. While the district attorney office agrees that it's highly inappropriate to teach while intoxicated, it is unfortunately not illegal. Her office also said in announcing the decision, the teacher was cuffed and hauled away when Sutter County Sheriff's deputies showed up to her classroom just before 8:30 a.m. October 2nd after a coworker had raised suspicions that she was intoxicated. Munson later failed a sobriety test and her blood alcohol level was still twice the legal limit some 2 hours after the arrest, the sheriff's officer said at the time. She was subsequently charged with drunk driving with a blood alcohol of 0.08% or higher, and child abuse with the possibility of great bodily harm. Despite authorities saying that there was surveillance footage that captured her driving to school in an inebriated state, the DEA stated that it was difficult to try to finally prove. There was a possibility that she drank after she arrived at the school, Dupree said. The district attorney added it was also difficult to enforce child endangerment laws because prosecutors would have had to prove that Munson would harm the kids rather than she may have harmed them. We couldn't prove that her intoxicated would endanger them, Dupree said. We tried because I don't like the conduct. It's not acceptable, but it's unfortunately not criminal, she added. She's no longer listed as a teacher on the school's website, though it was immediately clear if she faced disciplinary actions over her drunken antics. Oh my God. People. This is where we are today. This is when I say they're playing in our faces with the law and they're endangering our children because they don't really care about our children. They care about the system. They care about the status quo. I was able to research Sutter County's rules about drinking or doing any type of illicit substance while teaching. And according to the Superintendent Policies and Regulations Manual, Sutter County Superintendent of Schools, now this was revised in 2011, says no employee shall unlawfully manufacture, distribute, dispense, possess, use, or be under the influence of any alcoholic beverage, drug, or controlled substance as defined in 21 USC 81 at any county superintendent of schools workplace. These prohibitions apply before, during, and after work hours. A superintendent of schools workplace is owned or a county approved vehicle used to transport students and staff to and from school or school activities. Any off-school sites when accommodating a school-sponsored, school-approved activity or function where students are under county office jurisdiction, or during any period of time when an employee is supervising students on behalf of the superintendent of schools or otherwise engaged in county school business. Now, this is very interesting because it states here that a classified employee may be reemployed after conviction of such an offense if the superintendent determines from the evidence presented that the person has been rehabilitated for at least 5 years. Now, this is also tricky. The county superintendent may not employ or retain in employment persons convicted of a controlled substance offense as defined in Education Code 44011. If any such conviction is reversed and the person acquitted in a new trial or the charge is dismissed, his or her employment is no longer prohibited. So you know what that means, people, that this woman who was seen on camera getting out of her car inebriated, blew a little bit more than a 0.08% alcohol level 2 hours after being arrested, because she was not able to be convicted because it was stated by the district attorney of that county that she did not break the law. She may very well be teaching again. If this isn't another glaring reason as to why we should create, fund, and maintain our own educational institutions, I don't know what is. Because under the current public school systems, and for that matter, some of our private school systems, this type of behavior is acceptable, but not for our children. No longer, no more. We need strong educators who love our children to create these institutions so that we can get out of this muck and mire that they call the public educational system. Once again, this is Dr. Abdullah giving you educational news from a foundational Black American man's perspective on the Black Congregation channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share. Once again, subscribe, comment, like, and share. What are your thoughts on teaching while drunk? I mean, I would say it's not a good thing, but hey, I'm just another guy on the internet. Please feel free to come on over to my channel, All Things Education Official, where we're giving this type of content on a daily. Peace.